What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review. Today I'm talking about 1977's Close Encounters of the Third Kind from director Steven Spielberg, starring Richard Dreyfuss. And this movie is really something of its kind. Thinking that it came out the same year as Star Wars, and yet it was doing something alien related and making ships look really cool. Now, this movie is of its time, so there is moments that today's film would have been like more CGI looking, but would have been able to do so much more. Like, you would have seen the blast off, or like, the speed of something take off and the way it turns. This thing was kind of just like float in, float out, maybe it does a turn, maybe it does this. More importantly, when it comes to like the final set piece, it kind of just lowers down and just stays there and lights up a bit. Like, I feel like today there would be able to be a lot more going on, but it is a very creative and interesting way how they did this. And that final third act, climax moment really is awe-inspiring, right? And how they're communicating with a extraterrestrial organism and with music, and that's how they're going back and forth, and everyone comes back, right? Like, it's a beautiful movie. Sorry for spoilers for a movie that's so old. It's 77. Come on, if you haven't seen this, me saying anything isn't spoiling it for you. I promise you could go see this movie and you're not going to be totally spoiled. Richard Dreyfuss is amazing in this. He also did movies like Jaws with Steven Spielberg. But overall, like, the one thing I really took away from this movie was the way that the ships looked and like the location and just how Steven Spielberg shoots things. Like, he knows how to make a good ass movie. He knows how to keep you invested, knows how to keep you interested, knows how a movie should like climax at this moment and make it worth it and ends worthy. You know what I mean? Like, it's really good movie. It's not really anywhere. I think you might be able to catch it on cable. I rented it on Amazon Prime the other night, and totally worth it. Any Steven Spielberg movie to me is totally worth the rent or the watch, and you know what I mean? It's just another phenomenal film. But I'd love to know your thoughts on A Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I don't have too much to say about it because it is a bit out of my time frame. Like, this movie was 22 years old by the time I was born. You know what I mean? Like, am I qualified to tell you what's going on in 1977? No, not really. So I would, if you were born back then, or if you have great memories watching Close Encounters of the Third Kind, I would love to hear those things down in the comment section below, or you can message me on my other social medias, links down in the description below. Overall, I gave this movie 3.5 out of 5 stars, about a 7 out of 10. And that's 7 out of 10 in 2024 rankings, you know what I mean? Like, if this was my eyes seeing it for the first time in 77, my mind would have been blown. But years later, there's tons of alien stuff, and a lot of it looks great. A lot of it is more action-packed than stuff like this. But this is what paved the way for shit like that. How many alien movies were inspired and inspired directors to make movies like that from Steven Spielberg making something like this? Like, as far as influential directors go, Steven Spielberg has to be one of the most influential directors of all time. No way to argue that. Like, the movies he's made are pivotal in cinema history, bar none, period. So if anyone wants to argue that, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Other than that, about a 7 out of 10 for me. Pretty good movie, holds up pretty damn well. Still has some great moments where you're like, wow, that looked pretty damn awesome. I wonder how they did that, that type of thing. But yeah, Close Encounters of a Third Kind. Comment below your thoughts. My name's Big Cam. If you've made it this far in the video, consider subscribing, liking this video, hitting that bell so you don't miss future movie reviews. And I will see you beautiful people in the next video. Peace.